Now, if there is a time when the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto gained more sympathy among Kenyans, even from those who do not subscribe to his hustler movement, is the time when his security was changed. Something that even some of his allies turned in to look like his security was withdrawn. But again, after being overexcited, the same Ruto team unknowingly has gone ahead to provide an opportunity to expose more unknown details about the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto security operatives. The decision by Senator Aaron Cheriot and all those other MPs allied to the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto push to summon the Interior CS Freddy Matiangi to come and answer to some of these issues at the Security Parliamentary Group meeting just provided an opportunity for President Uhuru Kenyatta's government to come in and sanitize itself by exposing the massive might kind of security that Ruto has accumulated to safeguard some of its properties in the country. So Kenyans now have learned some of the issues that they never knew about the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, kind of a security that is exposed to him. So on today's Punchline video, I want us to use this opportunity to check on how CS Freddy Matiangi managed to expose William Samoei Ruto blow by blow, saving the face of President Uhuru Kenyatta in a situation whereby William Samoei Ruto had put President Uhuru Kenyatta. Because up to now, everyone was piling pressure on Uhuru Kenyatta to reconcile with his deputy. So before we go deep into that, I have a quick request. You might be watching me and you have not yet subscribed. My humble request, please consider to subscribe so that anytime we come out with a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all the returning subscribers and anyone who drops comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. So, CS Freddy Matiangi, in his own wisdom, the first thing that he did, which has actually won the heart of so many Kenyans, was the decision to come out with a list of all the vice presidents who have ever existed from the independent time up to date, with the kind of security that was attached to them. And even up to now, as we are speaking, this is the list that I see it is doing around the social media platform. People are keeping on sharing out this list and questioning a lot of things about it. So, in the list, Matiang'i is mentioning the vice president, time when he served, the security personnel which were attached to him. So Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was the first vice president after independence, and he had 30 security personnel attached to him. The next person was Joseph Murumbi, who had 22 security personnel. Then the next person was Daniel Arap Moi, who had 34 security personnel attached to him. Then followed by Mwai Kibaki, who had 26 security personnel. And after Mwai Kibaki, we had Joseph Karanja, who was the next vice president, with 22 security personnel attached to him. After Joseph Karanja, we had George Saitoti, who was our next vice president, with around 30 security personnel attached to him. And after George Saitoti, we had Musalia Mudavadi with 22 security personnel attached to him. Then after Musalia, we have Michael Kijana Wamalwa, who became the next vice president, with again 22 security personnel attached to him. And after Michael Kijana, we had Mudi Awori, who had 22 security personnel attached to him. And after Mudi Awori, we have Raila Amolo Odinga, the Right Honorable Prime Minister. He came in as a Prime Minister with 57 security personnel attached to him. And we had Kalonzo Musyoka with 26 security personnel. And lastly, we have William Samoei Ruto, who has 257 security personnel attached to him. Sasa hapo ndio kitandawili kinateguliwa. So among all these individuals, all the vice president who have served, the highest one had around 34 security personnel attached to him, and that is Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. Raila Amolo Odinga was serving in the capacity of Prime Minister. So at least for him, we had 57 security personnel. So when it comes to William Samoei Ruto, even Ruto does not have a Raila Amolo Odinga security personnel if you multiply by 2. Because if you multiply what Raila has, it will come to up to 100. But William Samoei Ruto has gone to an extent to triple that number, which gives him, in fact, if it's not triple, Ruto has multiplied that number by 5, which gives him 257 security personnel attached to him. And funny enough, when Freddy Matiangi was giving these numbers out, one thing that is coming out clear is that the number of security personnel that William Samoei Ruto has is more than what some of the counties in Kenya have as a county. A county like Nyamira County and Vihiga County, which is among the small counties. William Samoei Ruto's security personnel is more than what these two counties has. So you can imagine the number of security personnel taking care of a whole county and the number of security personnel taking care of just one family in the country. So it tells you all that more Kenyans are much exposed outside there at the expense of just securing one family in the country. Now, the ratio of security officers which is set to protect Kenyans in Kenya is set around one security officers to protect around 600 Kenyans. But as of now, even that number is not like that. In fact, currently, one security officer is taking care of around 3,000 people in the country. So every one police officer is in charge of 3,000 people. So it tells you that the kind of security we have in Kenya, it is not enough. And at the same time, one individual who is a leader also has accumulated a high number of security which can be deployed to take care of more Kenyans in the country. And at the same time, the same individual is looking for sympathy among Kenyans when his security personnel was just being changed. And if you read into this issue, you will understand why the Deputy President, as of late, he went ahead to change his mind, calling on his allies into order to stop summoning Freddy Matiangi to the parliamentary group, a parliamentary security committee, to answer into this issue. Maybe to some extent, William Samoei Ruto learned that through this meeting, the Deputy President might be exposed outside there on how he has so many police security officers taking care of his properties. I think William Samoei Ruto knew this. That's why as of late, alikuwa anasema hata I'm just contented with the G4S security. Leteni hata hao in case you need these people to do some other jobs. So there is some reason why he was pushing into this, and now Kenyans are learning the reason why the DP was not comfortable with this matter being discussed at a security committee. So today the DP has been exposed. He has the highest number of security that you cannot compare to any other person who has served in his capacity. And the funny thing is that even these security officers are now being used to safeguard his private business entities. Not even residents, but private business entities, including hotels and other businesses around the country. And now, when William Samoei Ruto talk about the boda people, Mamamboga people, and all those people who are doing small-scale businesses and small-scale farmers. Remember, in this bracket, we have those people we refer to as security guards. Wale walikuwa wanaitwa watchman. These people are in this bracket. And now, through Matiang'i expose, it is now coming clear that even William Samoei Ruto properties, including the hotel and all those other businesses, are being protected by the government officers. And yet, for him to demonstrate that he is a pro-hustler nation people, he was supposed to hire some of these security companies offering security to his properties like hotels. Many hotels are being safeguarded by some of these security guards from private companies like G4S and all those other small companies. So for Ruto to demonstrate that he is a hustler for hustler, he was supposed to provide an opportunity for these security companies hire some security guard to take care of his properties. And that way, Ruto could have been demonstrating a real hustler, ile yenye ndindi nyona nasemanga hustler for hustler. But today, it has come out clear that William Samoei Ruto is a fake hustler trying to come out as an individual who can take care of the poor people in the country, but now confirming that Ruto is just a rich man who is after his interest, but looking just for the vote in the name of Hustler Nation. Another issue that has come out clear is that, if I ask you a question, by the way, those bishops, the priests and pastors who have been calling on President Uhuru Kenyatta to come into terms with his deputy, reinstall his security, and go ahead to reconcile with his deputy, after they have seen what has happened, when Matiang'i has come out to explain this much, do you think these people will keep on calling on President Uhuru Kenyatta to restore or reconcile with his deputy? That's the question. The answer is clear. They have now learned that William Samoei Ruto is just riding on them to achieve specific goals. So for that reason, I think that move will be abandoned. So that tells you that all the sympathy that Ruto had earned from this move of withdrawal of the security has definitely been watered out just in a blink of an eye. So in the beginning, William Samoei Ruto was clever enough to use that opportunity to gain sympathy among Kenya, but the problem is he did not know where to stop and when to stop. The overexcited people around him pushed this issue up to the parliament. And you see, Matiang'i was clever enough. Even throughout the submission, Matiang'i went ahead to mention the number of properties that these police officers are protecting, and even the sizes. If you come to lands, he was mentioning the sizes, all those other properties, and including hotels in Mombasa and Nairobi. So he used this opportunity to expose even a number of properties that William Samoei Ruto owns. So you tell me now, even if Freddy Matiangi will go to an extent of trying to reduce these officers, I think William Samoei Ruto just made it possible for Freddy Matiangi to do this work easy. Because now even Kenyans as of now are calling on Freddy Matiangi to reduce this number of police officers and let them work for wananchi. So even now, if Ruto will come out to complain about his security, I think no one will take him serious, because he allowed himself to over-celebrate this thing, and now it has exposed him. Thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. Please tell me in the comment section what do you think about this. Bring your views in the comment section and let us interact through the comment section. I'm just waiting to read all your comments, and as usual, I will respond to each and every comment. See you in our next video.